Hello, welcome back to another episode of Vermbraunt Rants. I've changed names since last time. I think I still have to level up this guy. I've just checked quickly. 27, okay, so he's
Excellent
almost
on the
maxed out.
operator.
So
Please
let's get
return
this done.
covered in blood.
Yes,
Safe and
yes.
sound.
Yes, yes, Mr. Loudman. Orders. I don't know. I probably do need more on an item, don't I? I can't even remember. So I get 8 minutes as a spy. This isn't really, probably not a good guy for a spy mission. I'll have to see if I have any of these. I think I need more thingy. Rescue, Inception. Inception's not bad. Let's do an Inception. Haven't done that for a while. Oh, Mercury. Alright. So we'll be killing the silly Grenier. Blah, 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 blah. So I need something to rant about. So I feel like ranting about, what was it?
We have located the enemy's planetary communication towers.
I should turn
Capture
down
the towers and
their
remain
voices,
in control
'cause they
long
annoy
enough
me.
to decode incoming messages.
But let's rant about communism, and
Okay, Tano?
shut
A lot
up.
of
I'm gonna
people are
turn down
depend-
your sound because you're fucking irritating. Audio, speech, you can just go off. I'll do it like there. Yeah, save it. Thank you.
Ding on you to get this
That
done.
didn't go much quieter.
This tower is
That
ours
did go
now.
quieter. Anyway, so I was going to rant about communism, and mainly I was going to rant about how people don't sort of treat communism the same way they do Nazism and fascism.
Tower online.
So, what I mean by this is, if you look like, you know, historically, at what communists have done and the ludicrous numbers of people they've killed, I mean, literally, you're
The
looking at
enemy has
millions.
captured a tower.
God damn it.
You have captured a radio tower.
They've killed untold millions of people. Like, I mean, you look at Soviet Russia alone, and you've got like 30 million people killed by Stalin,
Tower captured.
and
Beginning
60
streaming
if you
code now.
include those lives he threw away in,
The enemy have taken a tower.
Fuck off,
You must
dudes.
recapture it.
including those enemies they killed in, by fighting the Nazis, who, I mean, not saying they shouldn't have fought them, they just sort of
Tower
threw away
lost.
lives in an
You
attempt to
have
fight
captured
them.
a radio tower.
Oh, bloody hell. I do hate this about Inception. This happens all the fucking time. But anyway, so, and then you have, like,
This tower is ours now.
say, like, Mao Zedong, who killed, I think, around, I think he was around 65 million, if I remember correctly. The Pol Pot, 3 million.
We are
And,
in total
I mean,
control.
compared
Keep fighting.
to bloody,
We have lost control of a tower.
compared to Hitler's, what, like 6 million or something? It's nothing. But, I mean, why isn't communism fought about the same way? The only real reason I
We
can
are
think of
dominating.
is
Keep it up.
because they weren't racist. Fuck you. Why aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I can think of is because they weren't racists. No, they didn't discriminate, they just killed everybody indiscriminately instead. And that annoys the shit out of me because every single time communism is implemented, it always leads to the deaths so they're at. It always leads to starvation, ludicrous amount of people dying from gulags and, well, famines from the starvation, obviously. All in the name of equality, because they fail to realize that people, well, they aren't equal, to be honest. You know, some people are just naturally smarter than others, some are stronger, and some are more ambitious, and God damn it, don't do this. Oh, okay. I'm gonna sneeze now. Oh yeah. Some people are more ambitious, the more more stronger, more ambitious, blah blah blah. People aren't equal. There are people who are straight out not able to do as well as others. I mean, it's no fault of their own, but you can't punish people for the opposite. You can't punish people for I can't really see those guys.
We have control of all 4 towers.
There's a bunch of people running over
We
here.
have successfully decoded the message. Clear the
excellent.
area.
And yeah, the only reason people like communism is basically because the feels. I mean, saying, oh, everybody should be equal is all nice and dandy. And
I have detected
oh,
another
okay.
message incoming. Capture and decode the
How many do I
signal.
have to do it too? Okay. I should need to continue ranting. I mean, not to say fascism doesn't
Tower
deserve
captured. Beginning stream decode
criticisms,
now.
because it bloody well should. The problem with that, obviously, is if you're judging people based on people's worth in society based on their race and their race
Tower
alone,
online.
you're going to always end up with, you know, tyranny and, well, yeah, inequality, but illiberty as well. People are going to be
You have captured
second-class
a radio
citizens and not have the same rights as everyone else, whereas I believe, obviously, everybody should have the same rights as everyone else. Race shouldn't play a factor. So,
tower. The enemy have captured a tower.
fucking hell.
Tower online.
Yeah, fuck you.
We are
That's it.
dominating. Keep it up.
Capturing D. Yeah, there. Phew. But yeah, so obviously if you're treating people based on something they can't control, that's obviously very fucking wrong. Because obviously they can't control it. So it goes without saying. Why isn't he throwing your weapon? Any flashing? I don't see any flashing. Look. That's. Pew pew pew! I really like this one. And generally, but they both have the same, fascism and communism both have the same authoritarian bent. A lot of communists will say they're anarcho-communists, just meaning they don't want a government. But, of course, the flip side to that is how are you going to enforce communism if you have no one there to enforce it? It's one of these things that relies on ideological hegemony, whereas liberalism, the proper liberalism, like the proper classical liberals, that doesn't require any form of authoritarianism to make work, because obviously it functions basically completely off the fact that people aren't the same. People aren't equal there, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be free. There we go. Oh, okay, they all died. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be free
The
to
enemy have
pursue
taken
their
the tower. You must
lives
recapture.
as they see fit. Damn it. I hate the stupid humps on their back.
We are in total control. Keep fighting.
Hey, cat lady, fuck you. Put that up, and I have one.
Message decoded. Leave none alive. Clear out the remaining enemy forces.
Okay. But yeah, as I said, you shouldn't judge people based on things they can't control, so therefore fascism is bad. And communism is bad because it ignores the fact
data you
that
have collected here today will go a long
because
way
of
in supporting
things
our
people
cause.
can't control, some people are just naturally better at certain things, so therefore they're going to just naturally do better. And this is always going to lead to basically a meritocratic system. And capitalism, which is obviously the economic system that communism's always put up and opposed to, obviously capitalism, it allows for a meritocratic, well, it is a meritocratic entirely, because I feel like playing someone else, but I want to get this guy maxed out. I feel like, yeah, no, let's switch him first. I think I'm running out of things to bitch about. I'll talk about the economics about it all, and I'll post just the fact that, yeah, let's do Limbo, because they recently did him up again. Weapons. I see, I still need to level that up. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do the whole one-hand thing. Oh, what's a good one-hand weapon? Oh yeah, I got that. I love how many deck strikers I have. Yeah, Orders is quiet. All is well. All is well that ends well. Good one-handed. Yeah, I can't even think what's a good one-handed melee weapon. And let's do the rapier, the new rapier, because I haven't actually used it, I don't think. Nope. No, I have not. Stances, 4-point mask, obviously. Body count. I don't have the other one, whatever it's called. I should get onto that. Really should get onto that. Don't need life strike really. Is it a crit weapon? No, it most certainly is not. It is a status weapon. Interesting. Raw damage, pressure point. Right. Showing the sword strike, more damage. I don't know how I'll be fighting. Actually, let's get rid of the sword strike and what's cold and that's viral? Viral. What's the lightning one called? I can't get Voltic. Really? I only have one Voltic strike? What? Yeah, well, get off the thingy. I swear I had two. How do I cast manually, don't I? But that's a quick carrier, I guess. Annoying. Oh well. I'm going to continue up here. So now it should be available to use. Yes. No, there we go, that's better. Magnetic because... Oh, hang on, wait, did I replace the wrong one? Corrosive, there we go. Corrosive for armor stripping. Armor stripping is a very good thing. Oh wow, I haven't changed his appearance for a while. Well, let's get on to it. Yeah, so let's talk about the economic side of it. Why communism / socialism pretty much will never work. Let's get these out of the way. I always have a habit of just sort of, because when I started playing with friends and they would just jump on random nodes. And they always did the good farming nodes, so I ended up not actually clearing out even on like Master Rank 16. It's kind of funny.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
What? That's right, he can enter it. Well, can't be. How do I do it? There we go. Phew! Dodge. Start this. How do I know this show? Just gotta relearn this kit. Because you can't banish people. Can't banish people. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Because I got rid of. They changed the stupid banish. Yay. Gotta try to figure out how he works again. Well, I actually haven't played him since he was remade. Okay, so that's an AoE. And that's right, then you open this on top of them. And knocks them out. Funny. Pew, pew, pew. Hey, you. Oh, he died. Alright, anyway, the economic side of it, from what I understand, the problem with socialism is generally the government, relying on the government to control the means of production is always going to be a fucking stupid idea because... Oh, that's right. And bam, bam, bam. I don't like this weapon. Ah, that's how it's projectile. Rude. Crime, and then when they fall out there. That is relatively fun, I have to say. Anyway, but yeah, relying on the government to control the means of production is a terrible idea because the government, as the reason why communism always failed, is the government actually has no idea what the fuck it's doing. They basically will always... They'll basically do what they think is best without actually knowing how to effectively do anything. And pow. And pow. 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 And strike him to the face. Right. And yeah, the government first off doesn't know what the fuck it's how to supply people, and second off, it completely stifles any form of what's the word I'm looking for? Development, inspiration, entrepreneurship. That's it. It completely negates any entrepreneurship because, I mean, the government's running everything, so people can't try out new things that may or may not work because simply put the government's controlling absolutely everything. And boom! Everyone's still doing anything. I believe that. And turn off. Eh, that's satisfying. That's really, really satisfying. Oh, no, I use the carrier. Where's that lightning strike coming from? The carrier? I don't know if the carrier can do that. But anyway, yeah, so obviously entrepreneurship gets stifled. Government's ineffective. Government won't really want development because development is always a threat to any form of power. Just ask Galileo and all the others, Charles Darwin, blah de blah.
Reinforcements available.
Straps.
Do you choose
About
to leave
how
now or continue
those
fighting?
in power hate new ideas, new developments, and so on because it's potentially something they can't control. And as the saying goes, power corrupts. So even if you have what appears to be a beneficial government, even if the leadership in charge isn't corrupt at the moment, they will eventually become corrupt. And even if they don't, then the next government will become corrupt, and so on. So obviously it always leads to corruption, and you can see this with, as I said, like, you know, you look at Stalin and so on. They will kill anybody who threatens their power, and that normally just means any form of dissenter. And obviously, I don't really feel like doing assassination. What's the hijacks again? Yeah, let's get this out of the way. Launch. Yes, and with capitalism, obviously, you get lots of entrepreneurship because it rewards. It's a system that rewards those who
hunts for supplies.
think
Set off the
outside the
alarms to
box.
start.
Can you still only equip it? You can. Now look. Hang on, I don't have my sword equipped. I thought it was if you had a one-handed melee and a one-handed right. Ah. There must be certain swords. That's annoying. Oh well.
A
Yeah,
steady stream
that's
of
fine.
toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound.
Infected! Yay!
I delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
As with always, infected, the best way to deal with them is just more melee weapons. Fuck you. Stab you on the face.
Look for personal life support nodules dropped by fallen enemies.
Alright, so I'm just straight up murdering that. Well, I guess that works. Can't argue with just straight out murder. Limbo. Always been very effective at running away from things. Being able to go on a different plane and of existence and all.
Life support incoming.
Apparently that's straight up murder thing, so... It's weird only being able to banish people on your plane. Like, it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. Being on
I
that
delivered
plane
another
is
life
yes.
support capsule.
closes up. Make them stop. Make them stay in one. That's very useful. And that closes around them. I should get the upgrade that makes it so they very useful. But yes, where the fuck was I? I was on a tangent.
Prepare for life support.
But now I can't remember what my tangent even was. Regular stabby stab. Yes. Woo! And then I stop everything, and then when it hits you,
additional life support has
I
arrived.
have to prime them as well. Yeah, oh, I can't interact with it, that's fine. Phew. But yes, capitalism's best because
Life
it's
support
meritocratic,
activated.
basically. It's a liberal philosophy. Oh, that's actually, let's go on a tangent about that. Fucking how communists always claim to be liberals. That pisses me off because there is actually a difference between someone who is liberal and someone who is a communist. Communism is distinctively not liberal. You can't be a communist and a liberal. It's just straight out impossible because essentially one's saying that people should be free, the other's saying people should be equal. And if you're free, you can't
Life
be.
Support on the way.
Well, in the present state of being, you can't be both. Essentially, because people will always pick different. They'll always have different choices based off their life, life's background. You always have difference in gender simply because of how hormones influence your influence basically everything.
Another life support capsule is
How
now available.
hormones influence your mind and what you're more prone to do. So obviously you're going to take different life choices. And I don't know how I got here. Oh yeah, the difference between equality and liberty. Right, yeah.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
Yeah,
Our
might as well
operative
go.
is making progress.
Can't be fucked.
This will help our cause.
Let's go. Can't fuck anymore. I just want to do them all now. And yeah, so if your freedom and equality generally don't go well together. Generally, when if you look at the French Revolution, when they said, freedom, was it fraternity? What was their thing? Liberty, equality, and fraternity. What that basically meant, they didn't mean equality as a lot of the far left refer to equality as today.
Get ready for a capsule.
When people refer to equality today, they mean equality of the outcome, and so they expect there to be equality amongst different people for no real reason other than they think there should be equality. So they think there should be equal number of doctors, equal number of surgeons, lawyers, and blah blah from all the different
I've delivered another life
backgrounds
support
of
capsule.
people. I can finish. And obviously this is silly because, as I was saying before, hormones influence your mind quite a lot, and I can change out my music. I'm sort of running out of ideas. This is a very uninspired rant, but I might as well end the episode here because I can't think very clearly about what I'm talking about. Long story short, communism and fascism bad, liberty good. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe, and see you all again next time. Have a great day.